Alrighty, so today we saw the first team that got eliminated in the FIFA Club World Cup, and unfortunately, it's kind of only fitting the fact that the first team that got eliminated in this tournament is an MLS club, as LAFC is done in the Club World Cup after losing to Esperance in this one. And really, this was probably the worst performance we've seen an MLS team face again their Club World Cup opposition. I mean, this was a game where LAFC clearly didn't show up in this one, and that they definitely didn't play well throughout the game, especially on the defensive end. And what's even more frustrating about this game coming out for LAFC is that they actually had a chance to salvage a draw in this one. Like they had a penalty late in this game. Bawanga, who is one of the more surefire penalty kick taker in MLS, had a chance to at least get a point for LAFC, stay off elimination, and maybe heading into that final game of the group stage against Flamengo, a chance to maybe get a win and progress into the next round, and they don't do that. They lose this one as Mwanga missed the penalty, and yeah, just obviously an embarrassing performance by an MLS team. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Esperance or anything, but the quality that LAFC have shown before in MLS, and the way that they play relatively well against Chelsea as well, especially in the second half, there was nowhere to be found, at least in most part of this game against Esperanza. Now, in the first half, I want to mention there was very little fans that actually attended this game, and this is not a big surprise because it's a Friday game at a 5 p.m. kickoff, and especially with the way that it's on a short notice as well. I wasn't expecting a lot of LAFC fans to make the trip to Nashville for this one. But credit to those, and especially the 3252 definitely try their best to make get into this game. It was kind of weird the fact that they're basically standing in the section where the Nashville supporter group would be. This might be the first time we ever see an MLS team play in a game where their fans basically occupying what's supposed to be the home venue or the home team supporter group. It just kind of look really strange, that is. And I'm pretty sure if you're a Nashville SC fan, I mean, I don't think you ever imagine your supporter group section would be taking over by LAFC because of this neutral site game. But there was also a large contingent of Esperance fans, and I gotta say they made a lot of noise in this one. I mean, even though the stadium was pretty much a quarter full, you can definitely see that there was a large contingent of Esperance fans. They also mentioned the fact that they also took Times Square over, and it feels like Times Square has been taken over by football fanatics in these last couple of days, and just kind of another a small example of the fact that maybe the Club World Cup isn't just simply a cash grab. It seems like there are fans around the world that actually take it seriously, and Esperance fans and those New Zealand fans definitely showed up in a big way and made a lot of noise. They made so much noise that usually when you watch a game, you usually hear the 3-2-5-2 doing their usual chant. I didn't really hear them that well, and maybe it's because of the microphone not being close to them, but I think it's mostly due to the fact that Esperance fans, they basically outsung the 3-2-5-2 by a lot, and it kind of helps the fact that there was no doubt that there was more Esperance fans in that stands than LAFC has in terms of the fans in the stands. Now, in the fourth minute, Lloris would deny Bellier from point blank. By the way, I do apologize if I'm absolutely mispronounced some of these names. Again, I mentioned it before. I'm not familiar with some of these names, especially some of these African name that is or Arabic names. So I might have just completely butchered sure that. Esperance definitely had more of the possession and started well as LAFC. Like most MLS teams so far in this tournament, just did not start on time. It's a slow start again for LAFC. Rodriguez would then hits the post after LAFC turned the ball over. Get used of me saying that because that happened a lot in this game for LAFC. Giroud thought he got the opening goal of the game, but the flag came up for offside on the development play. Speaking of which, get ready for me to say that a couple of times as well, because that also happened a lot where LAFC thought that they got the opening goal only to deny by the flag. Martinez then missed a sitter in the back post as LAFC kind of started to woke up and looked like they were trying to get the opener goal. Maguana would then hits it right to Lloris in the 21st minute. Turnover continued to be a problem for LAFC because that chance again came off of a turnover. And in the first 25 minutes, there was just multiple times where Esperance could have got themselves the lead and really created the chances mainly because of LAFC committing some self-inflicted mistake, turning the ball over in their own half. In the 27th minute, Martinez fought. He scored the opening goal for LAFC, but once again the flag came up for offside on development play. Now this one was much closer than the previous one, but there was no doubt that it was offside. It was on the development play, and it was actually David Martinez himself that ran himself into an offside position. The shots were still 4-1 for Esperance up to that point because those potential goal that LAFC scored that was chopped off because of offside didn't count as a shot. But I also thought that both of these teams were looking sloppy going forward. Besides Esperanza basically gifting chances because of bad giveaway from LAFC, I thought both of these teams when they try to build up, nothing seems like it's working for both of these teams. Tillman then had a shot that was deflected wide, but we do head to halftime with the scoreless between both of these teams. In the second half, no a penalty was given to Esperanza, but they go to VAR to see whether or not Ipawanga brought down Balai in the box there. And the answer is no. And it is absolutely the right call. I mean, there was no contact whatsoever. Even the referee says that was clearly a simulation there on the Esperanza player. And just like that, the LAFC kind of got away with one there. But again, they not only got away with that one, and VAR kind of saved them, but once again, it came off a bad turnover that created the chance for Esperance. Gunucci then had a shot that was deflected and goes wide as Esperanza once again started the more brighter side. But for LAFC, once again, coming out of the gate slow, did not start on time heading into the second half as well. There was a shout for a penalty for LAFC not given before Ben Saeed would deny Bawanga as the flag went up. So even if Bawanga scored there, it wouldn't have counted either way because the flag came up again. Lloris then denied Yan Saesi from close in the 66th minute before a Giroud would head it onto the roof of the net. As now, so all of a sudden, both of these teams finally started to get something going on the attacking end. The question is, who can get that opening goal? And the answer is Esperance, as Baye would score to make it 1-0 in favor of Esperance, and that is one that Lloris would want to have back. I mean, he got five hold there. Anytime when a goalkeeper get five hold like that, especially getting five hold in the near post like that, deep down Lloris would feel like he should have done better. But also, it doesn't help the fact that the defending from LAFC was non-existent in that play. I mean, just a lot of standing around defensively. There are a lot of ball watching defending from this LAFC team, and they were rightfully punished because of it. And just like that, they found themselves 1-0 down, and all of a sudden found themselves in the elimination category if they don't come back from this result. Jens Aesi then looked for another, but he puts this one wide before Bawanga would hit the sign hitting from close range. I mean, Bawanga did try in this one, but overall, that attack for LAFC was pretty stale at time as well. In the 79th minute, Ganachi had a shot that was deflected and goes wide after LAFC once again got caught on the transition. That was kind of a theme I thought in the latter part of this game where LAFC multiple times got caught on the transition. Esperanza was putting some lightning counter attack against this LAFC team. And this happened in the 85th minute as well as Yancy Yasi would put it wide after another lightning transition. LAFC just getting completely cut open whenever Esperanza go on the break. And they're probably fortunate that they're still into this game because if Esperanza would have showed their clinical finishing, this probably would have been 2 or 3-0 in favor of the Tunisian side. But in the 89th minute, Bawanga would put it wide from long range before DeRosen hits it right to Ben Saïd in the 4th minute stoppage time. But then deep into stoppage time in this game, this is where the lifeline came for LAFC as a penalty was given to them after VAR deemed that after VAR deemed that Marlon was brought down by Gunachi there in the box. So here comes Denis Bawanga, a chance to tie the game up and a chance to salvage LAFC a point and stay off elimination. And like I said, Bawanga, he's a surefire thing. He does not miss from the spot. You can definitely bank the fact that he can bury it and at least get a point for LAFC coming into this game or coming out of this game. And he doesn't. As Ben Said denied him there from the spot from a kick save there. It looks like Bawanga was trying to hit that one down the middle. Ben Said did commit it, but because of the fact that it was kind of hit low there. I never like when players decide to go down the middle. And if you're gonna go down the middle, you gotta rifle that one higher because there are chances that even if goalkeeper dives the left or the right way, they might have a chance to maybe lift their legs. You know, goalkeepers are basically taught that if you're gonna dive the one way, you want to at least lift your leg up a little bit in case if the ball was driven low and maybe you get a kick save, and that's exactly what happened in that one. Even though Ben Sahi was diving to the right side, he lift the leg out and basically denied Bawanga because of that low driven shot right down the middle. So yeah, the penalty was missed, and most importantly, Esperance able to hold on to get that 1-0 win, and in the process eliminating LAFC from the FIFA Club World Cup. The shots in this one, 10 shots for both of these teams, 2 shots on goal for the 5 that Esperance had, 2 shots off target for the 3 that LAFC had, 5 shots off block for the 3 that Esperance had, and possession-wise, 61% possession compared to 39% possession that Esperanza has in this one. And normally, you know, throughout this tournament, I said when MLS team come out on the losing end, I give them praise in terms of how they fought hard, and they definitely gained the respect of their peers. You can't say the same thing about this game. I mean, this was just an absolute horrendous performance by LAFC, and one that it's going to be tough for them to recover. Not just in the next game, but I wonder how that's going to be affect when they get back into league play, because anytime when you had this kind of game as bad as they play, and the fact that you had a chance to get something out of it, but you miss a penalty like that, that is a brutal kind of ways to get yourself eliminated. And you know, this is where for LAFC they need to pick themselves up, because now they get to face against Flamengo, and I thought Chelsea was probably the toughest team that they have to face in this group. But Flamengo just beat Chelsea today and have looked like a really good team. In fact, Brazilian teams have done really well in this FIFA Club World Cup. Brazilian teams has been a big talking point so far in this FIFA Club World Cup, with them continue to be unbeaten. Both Palmeiras, Botafogo, and Flamengo. All three of these Brazilian team has went head to head against the Giant, including one of them actually even beat the European champion. I mean, Botafogo. You know, remember when Seattle almost beat Botafogo and had a chance to do so? You gotta say now that they looks even more more impressive, the fact that Seattle was able to hang with Botafogo. Consider Botafogo just took down the European champion yet yesterday in that game. Is definitely going to go down as one of the biggest upset, if not the biggest upset we have ever seen in Club World Cup history. But yeah, no easy task for LAFC to at least get maybe some pride heading into the next game, and that's all you gotta say that they have to do, because again, you know, out of these 3 teams that are participating in the tournament, I thought LAFC probably might have the best shot, but now it looks like maybe Inter Miami might be the one to do so, because they're actually the closest out of any of these 3 MLS teams to move on into the next round. But for LAFC, given the group that they're in, you just kind of had a sense that they might have a shot heading into the final day, and especially in this game against probably the weakest team out of the group, and not being able to get a result like that. Yeah, this has got to be very frustrating if you're Steve Carundolo side, and that, as I said, this is probably the worst resort I've seen an MLS team have have faced against their Club World Cup opposition, and a result that is definitely going to hurt the image of MLS in terms of the fact that they have shown improvement in the world stage. But there you have it. That is pretty much it in terms of this review. As always, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this game. As always, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this game. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.